Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Yeah, welcome back. Carcino is on the Arena show. Now, if we're sitting back, right, and we're looking at the situation, this show has been reclusively looked at as a show that can be pretty much expunged. You could throw this show normally away back when Gil was on it, but now it has repurposed. Gil has recently made statements saying that their numbers are down, and because he says something loud, a lot of people think that it is real because he screams it so loud and says it with conviction. That is the reality of the game. Now, in case you don't know, Gil was jettisoned by Underdog and told that he could hit the bricks. We'll just do the rest of the shows with Skip. And Skip took his seat, and he thought he'd be back for the NBA Finals. He was not. His contract ends after June. So July 1st, he'll be able to become a free agent. But by him maneuvering behind the scenes before his contract was up to do certain practices with other companies, such as quote unquote Amazon, they didn't like that too much. And I might have to have a conversation with Amazon in a little bit, but we'll know. We don't know. You know, that's all in the cards. But that's not why we're here. We're here to see if it's true what Gilbert Arenas actually stated, that the show was losing traction without him. Wow. Now, we all know Gilbert Arenas is a guy you really don't want to trust in business. He's very sneaky. He tried to use Shannon Sharpe's agent and go behind his back to get himself a deal, and claims he's bigger than Shannon Sharpe in the game. Shannon has some self-inflicted injuries that has derailed his success. Now, brings us full circle back to this show, which is called The Arena. Still got the Gil's Arena thing on it, but it's called The Arena. Now, with Gil's absence, the numbers have steadily went up. And since the finals, they have been going upwards and have been trending upwards. So when he made that statement, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what is he talking about? What numbers is he looking at? What projections is this guy looking at? It's not making any sense. So when you start to look at all of the channel statistics, everything that's listed, they hadn't lost anything. I mean, seriously, they have not lost anything. And I've had a hard time trying to find any type of something they did wrong. You know, it's just like, what are we doing here? Yes, it's very puzzling to me. All right, welcome back. This is Gil's Arena, so you can see it's the arena show, Underdog Arena, actually. Now, while we're looking at this, what you're starting to witness is something else that is happening and transpiring here. When you see these numbers, okay, there we go. These are without Gil Arena. No appearance of Gil. The show is making the same amount of money, if not higher. They're +7, +5, +3, +7, +6, +3, +5, +6. They're all pluses. This is all without Gilbert Arenas. So on a daily average, from 228 to 3.7K a day, right? A weekly average of 1.2K to 20K and 6.8K to 110K in the last 30 days. So where were they losing at? Where are they losing? They're not losing anything. This is insane that this person would make such a bold statement. But it's typical of what we've seen from Mr. Arenas, talking loud but saying nothing. The number says different. The arena show is actually doing better and trending upwards. And we're going to get into those factors that made the show trend upwards and why it was best to remove Mr. Arenas from the seat that he was sitting in. Now, I want people to realize some things here. Oh, sorry, I got bothered. I want y'all to realize something. There have been comparable people in position of power who have done different things and have said and implied a whole different vibe, right? Yeah, no, that's what people do. Now, the narratives never seem to fit the argument that they try to make. They try to make an argument that the show can be one way and another way, but change the ideals of what the projections are, and that shows can't evolve. So anyway, don't forget to hit the like button up. My Cash App is Carceno, Karceno. Now, why are things trending upwards? You know why? They can understand them better. Number one reason why the show is doing better without Gil is that people can understand them better. They can understand and hear people's points because when Skip is on the show, no one's yelling over each other. No, all that barking stuff slows down. So it gets some initial attention. That's why it's like, relax. There's no need to go down a road where Kenyon Martin and Rashad McCants, two guys with two different forms of communicating. One is about entertainment. The other one is about sports and stats and keeping it legit down the line. Now, while everyone goes down this road, the fact that they're willing to make the necessary changes to prove that your net worth or what you think is the net worth is not because of you. So when Mr. Arenas found out that he's not the big fish, he has to go and make a lot of noise because he wants the money and They believe he's not worth the money. And I agree with them. Anybody who will pay this man over $20 million a year is insane. The 3-year, $45 million, he should have took it. Because anything else is going to be a finesse. Now, let's get back to basics. And what are the basics? Oh, the basics are very simple. That was just one. People can now hear each other clearly. So their show is going to work. Now, what is the next step in the progression? And why the numbers are trending up? What is the next step? Clarity of said point. Meaning, not only can they can hear each other now, guys are not talking over it. Guys are sticking to the point. You have someone there to moderate. Josiah Johnson is a waste, unfortunately. He does not know how to moderate. Skip Bayless knows how to control the room. He knows how to control the situation. Gil cannot. Gil is just a part of the circus. And he's just going crazy, and there's no respect for him on that panel. When Skip shows up, they see someone who's professionally done this for years on network television. He's trained to do this. He knows how to get people back to point, while Josiah sits there looking lost with a laptop in his lap. Skip is pretty much the director, everything. He'll tell you where to go. Knowing how to run a production show matters. Gil has no idea what he's doing. He's fumbling around on his phone. He's doing all kind of activities that is distracting to the said point of the show. Now, you get to this situation, you arrive to a new precipice. Now that the numbers show you that the numbers are the same, if you don't believe me, we could just go and look this right up here on YouTube. It's not hard, people. It is not hard. They want to convince you that this is such a mathematical anomaly that's taking place here. It is not. You can easily click a button, go to the arena, right? I can come right here, hit a button, bam, I'm on the arena page. I could blow it up for all of you to see, and we'll go right to their last show. All right, that's just a clip. Let's go to their lives. Boom. Last live did 208K. 208K. Not bad for you not being there. So they gained 100,000 more. They were doing 105. They shot up to 208 because of the Knicks game. And they got a huge boost. Right? So everybody could see the numbers didn't take a loss. They're right about the same, if not the same. So if everyone is sticking to the script, in other words, people can see and understand what is real and what isn't real. Now, Thank you. Now, let's get to the gist of a lot of this stuff here that they got on the table. What happened with all the past energy, the past live streams, the past, like, oh, this is what we're doing here, and this is what's gold for us, and this is the status quo for us? Gil has been pumping all of this fake traffic through his channel. And because he's gearing all of this paid traffic into his channel, he's trying to compete with Underdog Fantasy's channel and saying, I didn't put all this into this channel. Now it looks different, like he got the same amount of numbers, but you're not getting the same amount of money. But that's fine. That's here, no there. Just bringing reality back to the forefront. So when you see the numbers and you see how they fudged them to try to make things look different, it's easy to get lost in the sauce. It's real easy to get lost in the sauce. And when you have all of these so-called friends of yours who are support channels or whatever, you're looking at bad scenarios that become worse scenarios. So Gil is always the type that's got to pay to play. So long as you're the type that's got to pay to play, this is going to be the results. But lying in shorts, trying to say that your show is doing better than them, that's whatever. You know, the reality is the show is much better without them. Guys get to have a point. They get to the topics better, and it makes the show flow a lot better. So guys get to have their moments without being stepped on. Now, a lot of people say, well, what you mean by not having your numbers stepped on? I say, well, that's very simple. When you don't want your numbers stepped on, you don't have people like Gilbert Arenas do the things that he's doing. Um, because when he's stepping on you or stepping on numbers, it tends to have a slant. Yes, they appear with a slant. They're not. They're not something that is consistent of reality. Okay, you want to stay present in said time, and this is it. You want to stay present in said time. This is the way to go, because this is reality. It's nothing fictional here. This is all real. These are the numbers. So this guy who makes a living telling lies, you know, this is what he's made his whole life. Is just, I'm gonna just lie, 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 because it's fun. This is why you will seem like a fool if you go around repeating the things that this person says. Um, it's often has been confused with other people's interpretations of reality. and say, "Oh well, Gil said he's doing this. Gil said he's doing that," and then you see that he's actually running misdirection and doing a lot of things that are counterproductive. So this channel got 1 million. This one got this. This one got this. You're overpaying for plaques, sir. That's what you're doing. So this person has made a living doing this, manipulating and trying to play as if he is someone of importance. And he's conned the world into doing it. Like he's like the world's biggest con artist. And he's conned people to believe he's this really big guy in the industry. And now he's trying to change his whole script, and I want to change my identity. And this is a guy who was, under federal indictment, and now he got on Ozempic and did all kind of goofiness. This guy has really changed. And the people around him know, like, this dude is not the same individual that I thought about. And when he brought in McCants and Kenya Martin, we were okay with that. BJ, was his friend and came in there. BJ is not good at podcasting, but he is definitely somebody who's very good at basketball. So with this team, they made a show that was interesting at first because he started a battle with Kwame Brown. And because Kwame Brown gave it the energy, they used that energy to build this show. Because the original plan was to be paired with Kwame Brown. Now that you know why the numbers are going upwards instead of downwards, without him, he wants to try to celebrate as if they're dominating and they're winning. Meanwhile, the same live stream that he was bragging about did less than their show. So the overall picture is this. Just because someone says something, it doesn't make it reality. Josiah contract ends in September. So I think at the end of August, Josiah will be free to go ahead and join Gilbert Arenas over there on whatever venture he's doing. Okay? Okay. So anyway, thanks for all you guys who came in. Don't forget to go to my Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. We have a lot going on over there, and we are out. Thanking you